Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris, I'm your dad next door, and in today's video we're going to be taking an opportunity here to once again put a test up for our Maono AU-A04 microphone. Again, the USB microphone that did everything it could to just try to stand up to every microphone it can and has been doing a pretty good job so far. But in today's review, we're going to go a little higher on the scale, and we're actually going to be putting it up against my AKG Perception 220. This microphone is still fairly new to me, but I've really enjoyed it. I've started using it for my own live streaming content, and you know, it's a little higher on the price range. This is actually a discontinued version of the microphone, but when it was originally manufactured, it was around $350. So we're going to see how this $350 microphone stands up to this $50 microphone and see if we can tell what the differences are and see if we can EQ them down to be close enough to the same. So let's get these guys on stands, let's figure out how they work and see where to go from there.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video here today. I hope you guys enjoy the content that I'm able to provide for you here and that it just goes well and you guys can learn something great from it. As always, if you guys are enjoying this video, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It lets me and YouTube both know that we're trying to do a good job here for you today. Additionally, if you guys are really enjoying this content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I would appreciate it so much. And thanks for everything. I'm going to get you guys back to this video now. Let's get on with this review and see how everything turns out. So now we have both of our microphones hooked up here, and I have Maono on my right-hand side, camera left, and the AKG Perception 220 on camera right here. If you're looking at the meters right down below, you can see the AKG will be on output blue and the Maono will be on output black. So that's the differences between there and what you'll be able to see in these meters and how these things will sound. There's not a whole lot I can say. Both you guys have heard the Maono, you guys have seen my reviews on the Maono. This has been just a great little, I call it a $50 microphone. It's like a $65 kit because it comes with a shock mount, a boom arm, cables, other kinds of things like that. So I call it a $50 USB mic just because if you were to buy the mic alone, that's about what you would run, although you can't typically buy it without it being in a kit. The AKG Perception 220, fabulous microphone. I have started to absolutely fall in love with this thing. It is a super sensitive, large diaphragm condenser microphone. Works very well. Doesn't take a ton of power, doesn't take a ton of gain, and to me it just sounds pretty beautiful. I will comment that I would probably, in a plosive rejection test, and we'll probably do one right here now, I would probably say that the Maono probably does a little better for those that are fairly new to vocals and how to speak into microphones without having very aggressive plosives. The Maono may be a better fit for you early on, but I mean, I would probably comment to say that the AKG probably has much better sound quality overall. Again, I intentionally do not wear my monitors for these side-by-side or versus reviews solely because I do not want to hold any sort of bias and I don't want to try to say that I'm trying to favor one microphone over the other. So I try to do these as blind as possible until I get into post-processing, and then I can show you what that part sounds like. Now we're just going to do this plosive rejection test here and show you what the differences are and try to show you how both of these react to that. Peter picked peppers in Paul's patch. Peter picked peppers in Paul's patch. One more time, back on the Maono. Peter picked peppers in Paul's patch. Peter picked peppers in Paul's patch. While I got you guys here, let's go ahead and try to do a coloration test. So I'm going to turn these microphones both, well, on the Perception, I'll stand on the side of it, but I'm going to turn the Maono just sideways here and just show you what the off-axis sounds like here. And you're probably going to see quite a bit of coloration as I get to the side. And the roll off there from straight on to sideways is going to be pretty aggressive. I think I notice on the Maono that you do see a big difference in the voice as you get further to the side. And I think as we do this with the AKG, I'll have to stand in front of it here. So as I stand in front of the AKG Perception 220, and I'm doing it this way, and as I rotate over to the side, I think you'll see a quite less drastic amount of coloration as I rotate around. And these are both cardioid polar patterns, so they're both doing the same type of rejection. It's just the aggressiveness of the coloration or how much or how strong the ability is for the microphone or the diaphragm to pick up the pure sound of your voice or the pure sound of whatever it's trying to get while you're not directly in the center of it or in front of it there. So you can kind of tell a difference there and just see how each of them sound, try to understand what's going on with them. Again, this was just going to be a really short, quick, simple side-by-side review, just to understand that the Maono is a fabulous microphone, but, and I'm going to be very, very interested when I hear the final results, but I don't think it's going to quite stand up to something that is extreme quality, that's a really, really, really good piece of equipment. So while I have always recommended the Maono for entry-level content creators or those who are just getting into recording, or you don't have anything and you're trying to get in a live streamer or something like that, the Maono is a great starter mic. Just want to have the opportunity to show that the ability to get better does exist, right? You have much better equipment that you can get in the future, and you can provide much cleaner sound in the long run or overall. And now the rest of this video is going to be processed audio. I'm going to have equalization, trying to match these microphones to the best sound that I think they sound like, trying to clean up any muddiness, any highs, any sibilance, or anything like that that I recognize from the recordings. So that way we have the ability to kind of determine what these sound like and if we can get them close enough together. Honestly, in the past when I've done that, I don't believe I've done much equalization at all to the AKG. I really like the way it sounds when I've done other recordings, so I've just enjoyed the raw audio of it. I haven't had to change much at all. The Maono, I've had to cut out lows quite a bit. It does get a little muddy, even for especially for my voice, because it has a lower tone to it. But I still think that this is going to be a good opportunity to show how close we can get these. Again, the differences in sound are always based on the speakers that you're listening from. So if you have really, really nice headphones, please be using them whenever you're listening to this content, because it just shows you that much more of a difference between the two. So anyways, I hope this was just a quick, informative little video just to show you the differences between the two. And if you still really like the Maono, and you got to think price per quality perspective, right? If you still think the Maono sounds good after listening to the higher end microphone, then that just means all the more that it's a good starter mic to get until you can get a full upgraded kit. One thing I try not to recommend to content creators is don't try to buy a new mic every other week. Don't try to buy a $50 mic, a $60 mic, a $70 mic. That's not the intention you should be going with. You should get a microphone that you can use for at least a year, 2 years, 3 years. And then when you finally get the budget to go to your forever mic, right? You want a mic that's going to hold you over until you get to your forever mic. And that is really the direction that I think you should be going. But you guys take it your own way. I'm just trying to help you find the best solution for you. So I hope this video was informative to you. I hope it was a quick little tip tutorial, just a quick little showing of the differences between these two microphones. And I hope you guys can use this to record something awesome for yourself, and that you guys can just enhance and grow your content to be super amazing in the future. With that, my name's Chris. I'm your dad next door, and we will check you next time.